Well, viewer, welcome back. Today we have with us on set Reverend Raphael Chege, who's been sharing with us his experience actually living with cancer. And right before the break, he narrated to us his journey, how he received the news and how he began his treatment. But before we continue further, Mr. Chege, you underwent a first surgery, which found one tumor. But then you had to undergo a second surgery.
Right.
Why was that so?
I cannot really narrate because I'm not a medical doctor.
Yes.
But when I went for the first surgery, then I was recuperating. Then I developed some complication and problem. I went back, that is almost like 30 days. Then it was so severe because I could not really, the colon had closed down.
All right.
It was watertight. Nothing could pass. Yeah. So I was vomiting, you know, so severely that I was almost giving up life. But they rushed me to hospital. Then they did some investigation. Then I was told that I have to go to a theater, an emergency. So, and they said that there is a tumor, feature, I don't know that. So I didn't want to ask questions because I was in a excruciating pain, agony. I wanted just something to relieve it. So, okay, I was prepared, then I went for the theater. Then they opened up the wound
again.
Yeah, and then I was there. I think it was a major one because it started in the morning up to 3 or 4 o'clock in the afternoon. And when I woke up, then I was in the HDU for some time. And actually, well, I thank God I did not want to ask much questions.
Sure.
That they found the tumor, and they say there is like the mother tumor, and now it's out, and the pain was gone, and I was recuperating the HDU well, I was doing well, and finally I came out of HDU to the main ward, and I was recovering well.
You are recovering. Now, I don't know how true this is, but maybe you will tell us. They say that the chemo experience is more painful than the cancer itself. Maybe as someone who has undergone this, would you kindly share with us this and maybe explain to us?
Well, Timothy, chemotherapy, it's one of the treatment of cancer ranges from surgery.
Yes.
That's one. When they find maybe there are strange, you know, Al-Shabaab, so to say, cells, that is cancerous cells maybe, you go for chemo or you go for radiotherapy.
All right.
And still there is the medication part of it. Those are levels that to fight cancer. But now when it comes now to chemo, it's also very challenging, and everybody can tell you so, because right now your hair falls, your diarrhea, you have anosmia, your hemoglobin level goes down. Immunity is so down.
Right.
Any other sickness can pick up, opportunistic infection can come in, and also again, your appetite is related to almost to zero.
Right.
You don't want to eat
anything
at all. And as much as you eat little, then you vomit. Yeah, and this is the nutrient the body wants, and you vomit it out. You're still in nausea. Then there is the psychological part of it, that you are fighting. Death is, you're most bordering death.
You're closer to death than,
life
goes further.
And you don't see anything worth living for, because cancer is always, and it talks to you at night. By day, you are hearing that you're going to die. Cancer will kill you. You are only counting your days. So when I went for chemo, me and my wife really prayed hard that the chemo experiences that they may not, God may intervene,
grace,
may mitigate over that. And I thank God because I think prayer answered.
Sure.
Because in the initial stages, I was feeling like so. I didn't lose my hair. Also, the diarrhea was, you are given some medications. So also that was also being catered for that. And within a span of 2 weeks in the cycles, in the chemo cycles, because you can be given, you get given cycles, chemo cycles. I stopped diarrheaing. Then again, I started not feeling nausea. Yeah. Then good enough, Timothy. Yes. My intestine opened up completely. And I could, my appetite was okay, normalized.
So you back to eating?
Yeah, so my nutrition was good. Could eat what is supposed to be eaten by a person with my condition. You know, a lot of greens, a lot of vegetables.
All right.
And what I'm not supposed to eat. And taking my drugs religiously.
Yeah.
You know.
Without failure.
Yeah, without failure. At the particular time, you take this and that. Then you eat your meal. So these are things that helps a cancer, a chemotherapy person.
Where does family come into all this? What's the role of family, and how important is family support during this time of treatment?
Well, you see, I've said, if you lack, as I said earlier on, okay, you have to take drugs religiously, the food, nutrition, you have to abstain from what you are told to abstain from by the doctor. Then again, you should know actually it's not Timothy who is sick, not your wife, it's not your, it's you.
Sure.
Okay?
Yes.
So they are coming to give you moral support, first awareness support for you and for you to be able to survive.
Yes.
But there is a problem here because you really find that actually if you don't get the family support, cancer people die very fast because already you are traumatized. And cancer, there's you know, discrimination.
Sure.
You know, when you look at it. So basically, you need a lot of family moral support, and friends moral support. That boosts you and give you the encouragement to live on and not to let them down.
Yes.
They are trying to make you survive this onslaught.
Yes.
And when you marry that in your mind, that it's not the 50 million Kenyans who are sick, it's you who is sick. And those who see in the television being buried or cancer, it is them, not you.
Not you.
You started to isolate yourself as an individual. And you started telling yourself, I am going to live.
Sure.
So when chemotherapy, all those negativities comes in, then you address them with, you have to, where I said, the mindset. You have to, your mindset has to be rewired. Yeah, rewarded for this. I told you that earlier on, that you border death than life. So you have to reprogram your mind to border life more than death. Border home more than a mortuary.
Sure.
You know, and you don't look around, you see the big avocado and you see that's where the grave is going to be dug.
Sure.
So when you are given that support, particularly from the first level family members, it helps you to build your morality.
Let me talk about another major factor that causes many cancer deaths. And I want to talk about the issue of finances. How difficult is it? I can only try to imagine.
However, let me say that actually, besides now the sickness,
yes,
there is now the investigatory part,
yes,
which the treatment has not started.
Sure.
The colonoscopy, the endoscopy, the CT scan, unangaliwa your, you know, H. pylori is there, the anemia, you're anemic, you know, those are, before even cancer is known, all those are there and you're going for treatment. You see now, then comes in adjudication, the diagnosis is done and known as cancer. Then from there, we start, they told you we're going for surgery.
Surgery.
Yes. Like in my case, 2 times, not easy.
In 40
you
days.
See, and their bed is included. Yeah. And for example, the first hospital we went, the surgery and the bed and everything was having to come in to have $1 million. Yes. As your person you are not put it somewhere else. Once cancer strikes, you know. So the two again you see with the NHIF. I wish, as I said another time, I wish the president, Bwana Moigai, would come as a gentleman and declare cancer a disaster. Some development partners, they'll come in, they'll chip in. We'll be able at least actually to manage this elephant altogether, because what they are really doing when cancer is declared an epidemic, and now that we are trying to survive through cancer without help, and the insurance premium that is there, it pays you, like now I go and get a shot. This shot I get, intravenous shot, lasts me 2 weeks, a fortnight. And I have to take home some chemo drugs, plus some other cocktail drugs to mitigate, to absorb the shock of the chemo drugs you'll be swallowing. You get this one. They say it goes for approximately 50,000.
50,000, a single shot.
A single shot. The medicines goes for approximately around 13,000.
All right.
13, 14. And the NHIF pay half of that. Tell me, Wajiko, how many Wajikos can be able, let's say it account to 70,000 by every 2 weeks. Yeah? Now, NHIF will pay, let's say, 30,000. So the 30,000 on top, it's you are going to pay. So and after 2 weeks, you are back again.
You have to come back.
Because you are given one cycle, 2 weeks, then you rest 1 week, then you come for the shot again. And it's not one, some you are going for 10 cycles, those are 10 months.
It's so difficult.
So if the government can come in, because that also, it gets into your nerves. That even kill also more than cancer, the mental state. Because you do Harambe, people start running away from you. They stop even, you call them, they are not answering because they think that you need pesa to, you are teach to sort of for money. And also again, when this is that actually the Harambe is done, and the close of the day, you sell your car, you sell your shamba, then finally you are put in.
The family goes into debt.
Yeah, the family go to debt. Then eventually they say that even if you do all these things, the guy is going to die. And that also sink in you and sink the family members. You see now. So basically, when there is sufficient funding, I want to believe that cancer survivors will be many. many than now.
I also want to talk to you shortly about this, because our time is running out, but I would like you to mention a little bit. You are very much involved right now with groups that are dealing with issues of cancer to see how to help, to create awareness. Maybe you can just tell us a little bit about that, because we have roughly about 5 minutes to go.
Well, however, when I was in HDU, I promised God, if I will come out of this cancer issue,
yes,
I will really be a champion
yes,
of matters related to cancer. He did it. And again, I came out of chemotherapy because last week I did the last chemotherapy.
Last week, yeah.
Last week.
I remember you told me that you went for the last
And last night, I swallowed the last chemo drugs.
Oh.
So I'm here even to celebrate.
Okay.
You know, it's so great. And also you see, like now I had been in a meeting in town center. I have been in another meeting. So by virtue of that, I joined some groups, therapy groups, cancer therapy groups in the county. And also that is Kebu, a cancer group, which meets in the Kebu 5 hospital.
All right.
Then MP Shah, which really trained me on nutrition and so forth and so like. Inaitwa Faraja.
All right, Faraja, I know Faraja.
Then I joined also the Aga Khan group.
All right.
That deals with the colonoscopy. I mean, we deals with colon cancer. And guys who are bags. Okay. You know, they carry. So finally now we have another network which found that it could be cancer. Cancer what? And there is now also the other group that you're working with them. I remember that name. Now the national Ablela, the Kanko, where I was in a meeting this morning.
All right.
Because I'm working with right now with Arigo farm.
Okay.
And we have lost quite a number of people through cancer. We thought how to give back to society.
Okay.
We are representing cancer patients who have legal matters, not only necessarily cancer related.
All right.
So we are working with CANCOS so that we may be able actually to screen who can we help.
All right.
In court, maybe we want to write a will, those who are in palliative care. Yeah. Maybe actually he has a legal matter before cancer came in. So, and now cancer has taken all the money. Then we can stand for that individual, that family. They free of charge. But we have to look between the lines. Who is who? Because every Dick and Harley will come to our company so that we may actually address the issue in a courtroom.
That's a very good initiative, actually.
So we are in the national body. We are coming in as a legal entity to help cancer patients. To
at
be
an
able.
Advisory level.
Advisory level, the legal matters. When you call us, we come right in here as a cancer.
So you give them pro bono services?
Yes, we do.
All right.
Pro bono services.
Wow, that's interesting. And maybe to our viewer out there who is watching you, Reverend Chege, today, you know, and is wondering and is listening to your story and has really seen the journey that you've gone through. And they're going through exactly what you went through, and maybe in their heart, they really don't have hope. What would be your word to them?
I think my parting shot is that I'll give them what I said another time. When the elephant comes in your house, you are the owner of the house. So you show it the door. But it's too big. You have to turn it around slowly. How do you eat an elephant? Bit by bit. And that cancer is in. So when it's come to your house, it's for you to survive. And how do you survive? You change your mindset. You take your drug. You take the advice of the doctor. There'll be any other doctors around you who will tell you X, Y, Z. take miti shamba and so forth, and that's why stay at home. But it is good for any cancer patient actually to have his own personal doctor, go through the process. It's a process, it's vigorous, it's tedious, it's painful, yeah, and it's very costly. So finally, with the mindset, I want to live, I want to survive, I want to see my like I said to my daughter, I want to see your kids, you graduate in the university, you can imagine, and they are still in primary and are talking it right now. And I went for graduation, they had a swimming competition. I decided I'll go there. So those are I think those are the icons and the pointers that any cancer patient should have. You not only cancer can kill you, an accident, malaria, a tooth, can kill you. So cancer is not a killer disease. And people should come out to be screened. The earlier you know, actually stage 1 is not a deal. Stage 2, it's like swallowing a glass of water. Yes. But when it comes down to stage 3, is where I was, it's a bit challenging. It's a mountain climb. And now when it comes to stage 4, there is hopelessness. People are putting palliative care. People at times are telling mchukue and take him home or home. At least akufia nyumbani. So I'm pleading for the millions of Kenyans who don't know their status. It's good they get screened. Screening is free. Like now we are doing in Kiambu over the weekend, free of charge.
This coming weekend.
Yeah. So every time you hear about get screened, it's you're like me. I was powerful, moving up and down, only to feel like it's a headache, a weakness. The cancer has grown almost to have a kilo, and it's closed off the passage.
And you don't feel anything?
I wasn't feeling. It's until now, actually the onset of it. Yes, then I think, it's like hell on earth. Yes, and that's why even they say when the cancer pain is not interpreted by the brain. Unapatiwa ile shindano ya elephant. Yes. ya painkiller. Yeah, because the brain, it's beyond the interpretation. So why should we wait until that? And finally, I ask the government, let it actually put some institutions in any other, regional, like the provincials that we had before, 8 of them. Why can't they put a cancer? If the Uhuru, they can put in the budget like yesterday, 1 billion, then they train the personnel. We have got very competent, very, very competent oncologists, surgeons in Kenya. Why should we be taking people to China, to India, to America and so forth? We have what it takes. I'm calling for the willpower, the political willpower, the executive willpower, and those who are really campaigning actually for the government to take it and declare it a disaster. I think the president is far late. He should have done it yesterday. And I think he's a gentleman. He will have to do that because they are his people. 50 million. We are losing so many. I don't want to go to statistics. Every day. And so many are catching cancer every other day. And we have not campaigned like HIV and AIDS World to tell people get screened, XYZ. So it is necessary for me to say that because I would have loved to have been screened when I was in stage 1. All the money that I've gone that drain
wouldn't have.
Could have, yes, all the pain I have gone, all the surgery, all this rot,
The Rift Valley.
Yes. So thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Reverend, for coming and sharing this story. It's not very easy. It's very difficult. I know even in your conditions still, you said you took your last drug yesterday. About a week ago, you had your last chemo. Still the body is struggling, but we thank God that you're up and about. You're still working, you're still going into meetings, thinking about how you can help others who are going through the same. And we really thank God for you. And we also thank you for making time and coming to speak to us. Well, viewer, you had it for yourself. Amidst all this pain and all these difficulties that cancer patients go through, you heard it from Dr. Chege himself. You have to change your mindset and tell yourself that you will live. You will live and not die, and that you're edging closer to life and farther away from death. Well, I cannot add any much or any more words to that. If you have any comments, suggestions, or opinion, you can send that to our email address, info@gbskenya.com. You can also send us an SMS on 21144. My name is Timothy Omondi. Thank you very much for joining us on the People Show today. God bless you, and see you again same time, same place. Bye-bye for now. Thank you.